Okay, good evening, everybody. Awesome to see everybody tonight for our Thursday night business preview. Excited to be here with all of you. Let me see if I can get my camera. There we go. Get it over here centered. Richard Madeline, good to see you. Hi. Um, Good to see you on this evening. I'm going to switch something here. There we go. And I'm assuming that you guys can hear me okay. And if you can, do me a favor, let me know in the chat. Good, thank you. And I see we've got people on from all over tonight. Bill and Bruce, Clarence, George and Eileen Avis, Richard, Madeline, Rod, Scott, Sylvia. Awesome to see all of you. I see we've got some friends over on our YouTube channel as well. Jose, Portia, great to see you on. Awesome to have everybody on tonight. This is fantastic. So this evening, we're very fortunate to have a guest presenter like we always do. And if you're a guest tonight, I know we have business associates on here, and we also have guests. And whenever we do, if you're a guest tonight, let me give you just a quick rundown on what's going on here. My name's Ken, and I am your host, Ken Woods, and I'm coming to you from South Florida. And we try to have on a guest presenter every Thursday evening, one of our business associates, to help share what we think is a fantastic business. So I don't know how you were invited to this event this evening. For some people, they're looking for a variety of things. Some people are looking for maybe a way to make a little bit of extra money. Some people are looking for something that they can sink their teeth into long term for their family. Other people, they're here for association and personal development. There's all kinds of stuff associated with learning to become an entrepreneur and a business person. Tonight, we are super fortunate to have a gentleman with us. He's sitting over here to my left on the screen. And he is coming to us from the Chicago area. His name is Oliver Figueroa. And I'll let him tell us a little bit about himself. But um, just know that you're going to be listening to a real person, a business owner who has been doing this business for several years and successfully making some money from this thing. And he's going to talk to you about um, what intrigued him about this business. And he comes from a restaurant background, has done all kinds of different positions in the world of being in restaurants, all the way from working the floor, if you will, back kitchen, consulting with restaurant owners, you name it. And he may talk about it even here. It seems to me that for the last couple of years, his big thing that he has been into is he is a fitness fanatic, and has been working out a lot, and just living great life. So with that, Oliver, I'm going to let you jump in. I'm going to get your slides up so that you can talk with everybody and tell them a little bit about
Absolutely.
yourself, and a little bit of, we'll go through the slide deck.
Awesome, Ken. Thank you so much. It's a great privilege to be able to share this opportunity. Like Ken was talking a little bit, it's definitely one of the, in our belief, one of the greatest opportunities to, generate another income, another extra income, if you will. Um, I know the fact of the matter that, deep inside of every single person, we have the deep desire to have our own business or our business on our own, so we can, like this slide says, live our life on our own terms. Like, who doesn't want to live our life on our own terms, like, not depending on a schedule or boss or even a salary. um, in my opinion, this pandemic or whatever we all went through, it makes us learn that we cannot only live with only one source of income, right? So like Gabe was saying, like, I've been working in the restaurant business since I was in high school. My family used to own restaurants, and I used to work with them like part time, as as a dishwasher, helping back in the kitchen, and that kind of give me the little bit of background to learn what I have done in the last 6 or 7 years with all my experience. Learning from the very bottom of the business to like, how to run a traditional business, I'm going to call it. And and another thing aside of this business, because one of the things I'm very grateful for is all the people that I got associated with it personally and through our educational system, which I'm going to talk a little bit down this presentation. But there's something that it helps me to have access to a lot of mentorship in many areas of my life, and for a very accessible. That's something that I love about this business opportunity, that is very accessible. It kind of fits to everybody lifestyle because it doesn't put you away from where you really are doing it right now, or you're passionate about it. But something that we have learned through the years is that you know these days many people, we want to be independent, and I believe that's a new standard. Working in the restaurant business, a little bit of background. I used to work on my last job. I was working like 7+ hours every week, and it's something that I believe, and I learned that for everything you do, you have to develop passion for it. Something that drives you to wake up every morning, um, you know, with energy and ready to conquer the world. And that's something that after seeing this opportunity, not that I lost passion for the restaurant business, but I generate more passion to live my life on my own terms. So, um, and that's something that you know, this is the presentation is going to be about. You might be do something that you really like to do in your life. You make a living, you generate a nice income, but outside of that, is there something that you really enjoy, or it's something that allows you to do the things that you really want to do? Like Ken was saying a little bit, in the introduction. For the last couple of years, I developed these habits to, um, you know, work out, be able to encourage people to get in a better lifestyle, get in a healthy lifestyle by exercising, creating activities, more likely to build, to increase your health. A lot of people I know, they do it out there because they want to look good, they want to have a fit body. Like I was, there was a guy who one time he told me like, are you ready to have the summer body? I'm like, nah, I'm ready to have the body that I want to build. I want to build the body that will last me for the next few years of my life without depending on anybody else. You know what I mean? And so I developed this passion for, creating a better, healthy lifestyle, you know? And so this opportunity allows me to do so. So, it's really important that these days there's many ways that people can generate an income. It's There's simple ways like ride shares, renting, vacation rentals, freelancing, and things like that. One of the things I do outside of this business is that I consult restaurants. Within my experience, I get hired to develop, either most likely I'm more into the bar area where I develop like, drink recipes. I develop different concepts and help people to, create a traditional, successful business. But outside of that, I mean, I really don't want to depend on a schedule or a boss. You know what I mean? I really want to live my life on my own terms. If I decided to work out early in the morning, like 5 o'clock in the morning, I can do that. Or if I decided to do it like at 10 o'clock in the morning, I can do that. Or maybe join my friends later on to play racquetball, depending on their schedule as well. So, and there's something that I mean, all these can be done by, in my experience, having an additional income that you don't depend on only one. So one of the things that I learned through this business is that we all had a hustle, right? But hustle on a way that we can achieve the things that we decided for. The opportunity to create another income, but without sacrificing our lifestyle. In other words, um, you know, a lot of people out there, they work hard, or in my experience, I used to work hard, like I say, 72 hours, and probably have enough. It's never enough money, trust me, because we're always looking to have some money left over, right? Because we always have a lot of expenses. So I used to work like more than 72 hours, and I feel like I was on the what do they call? My great mentor and uncle used to call the hamster. When you have the hamster in this um, cage, but he's running, right? And you just make him circles, and he's not going anywhere, right? So there's one of the things about this opportunities that to create additional income is that you don't really live your life on your own terms, because you always, for example, ride shares, you're always on the road. If you're renting a Airbnb, you have to be available in case something goes wrong with it. You know, in the service industry, or the bars, or the restaurant business that I used to work, and I'm working part time now. Something that I told most of the owners, because you have to respect your schedule. If you open your business at 9 o'clock in the morning, and your schedule says that you're closing at 10, you cannot either open late, earlier, or close your business earlier, or even maybe later, but not earlier. So because what happens is, like, if you close your restaurant earlier and somebody wants to, you know, go out, have a late dinner, for example, and they go and they see the restaurant closed, you think they're going to come back? No, more likely they're going to tell somebody else, don't go there because they closed early. So what they're trying to say is that every single position or opportunity that requires your time, it requires for you to be there. That it's something amazing about this opportunity, because it really doesn't requires to be here 100%, because we have another ways that we can promote our business. So in their terms, not ours. It's they run the algorithm, right? For example, rideshare, they say, "Oh, we run our. I can drive whenever I want to." Yes, but at the same time, if you don't drive, you don't make money, right? Same thing happened with people that deliver food, right? If they decided to when they want to work, but most likely they're looking at the times where people are requesting more food, which is either lunchtime or dinner time. So if they decided to do it like early in the morning, or maybe sometimes late in the afternoon, they probably not going to be doing so good, because there's not a huge demand of people requesting, you know, their meals to be delivered to the house or to their offices. So really, there's no control of you. The app or the application or the business actually is the one that is under with control. So one of the things, um, like I say, hassle harder is not the goal. I learned that it's rather work, you know, uh, basically like have a strategy that you can work, not hustle a lot, but you know taking more advantage of our time. So one of the things that to build a successful, sustainable business, this is the equation. Independence, it's decided for. We have the opportunity to create an extra income, but we have the control. And this is something what we want to offer you, because this opportunity will give you the opportunity to have the control of it, you know, because you can open your business whenever you want to. It's a business that is really flexible, that you can do like 24 hours a day, because it really is based on social media, internet, virtual things that we do these days. So you can work for anywhere. It's a low risk, and the hours, depending on how many hours you want to work, is the money you want to make, but not necessarily how many hours you put into it. I think we always, um, or my experience, we grow up with that culture of saying how many hours work, how much money you make. And I think these days we can decided, or we have this opportunity to say, well, my day, I'm going to make $1,000. And you can either make it in 2 hours or you can make it in 5 hours, depending on how your strategy is or how you build your community. But it's another thing that I don't believe right now that, if I work 5 hours, how much money I'm going to make. My goal is to make, for example, a day $100. Making $100, how much time I need to put into making $100? Well, it could be, with this opportunity, it could be an hour, it could be half an hour. It depends on how I develop my own business, because at the end of the day, this is going to be your own business. You build this business on your own terms. So that gives you control of it. You're not dependent on the schedule, you're not dependent on the boss, which is great. It allows you to do other things. So the question is, would you rather hustle harder or live on your own terms? I'm pretty sure the answer will be live on your own terms, right? So moving forward, you will save money with other hustle, but again, for example, you know, I'm not saying, I'm not going to try to say any job is our job is a job, right? But I learned that if I work for somebody else will have the control of it. Somebody else will tell me when to come to work, when I have a vacation. I remember that I used to request my vacation, right? And my boss used to tell me, a request is a request. Doesn't mean it's guaranteed. I'm like, what do you mean it's not guaranteed? I've been working a lot that I deserve to get some vacation. But guess what? The restaurant business is not, you know, it's very variable. So sometimes they require me to be there. And it was days that I have, apparently my days off, and they call me like, Oliver, we need you here. And, my dad always, you know, taught me to be responsible. So there was times like, okay, I'll be there. And something that I learned, and I'm not saying this was my experience, right? Is that every time they need me, I was there. But if I need something from them, it it was not the same response. And I remember one day that it was a wake up call for me because there was a call that my mom was rushed to the hospital, and I had supposed to go to work. And I called my boss and I said, you know what, my mom, unfortunately has to be rushed to the hospital. So I'm on my way to the hospital. Like, what do you mean? You're supposed to be here. I'm like, you're not listening. My mom is in the hospital, and it's more important than anything else. So I'm just gonna go to the hospital. And he said, yeah, we have to have a word. And I say, oh wow, this is something that you're not very considerate what the situation is. So that was for me a wake up call that I need to do something different. And fortunately, I was introduced to this opportunity. It was many years ago, right? So, and when I saw this opportunity for the first time, and I learned from my uncle also that he says, if I could create additional income, if I could make extra $200 out of this business per month, I would be able to save enough to have a better vacation. And I don't know what your goal is these days. Starting the new year is always a great opportunity for us to think, what can we do better this year versus the year past, right? And a lot of it amazes me that so many people at the beginning of the month, at the beginning of the year, they're always looking to like, oh, I'm not going to start saving money. I'm going to start working out. Right now, the gyms is kind of funny, but it always happens. January, February, the gyms are packed, right? And that's something that I think it's in our nature. And I thank to this business because they keep us focused on our goals um, through the help of mentorship, um, through books that we read, podcasts, different events that will keep us in the same direction, the same track. Because we there's a lot of distractions out there that it's easy to look left and right and we lose focus on our goals. So, but it's interesting. It's kind of the nature of our human to start something and we start strong, but as the time goes by, then we start losing interest or focus or passion for it. So, and So back that I was saying, like, my uncle was looking for to make some, couple of $100. As today, I don't know how much money his family is making, but they have a great lifestyle that they can live their life on their own terms. Meaning that they can decide it when they want to travel, if they want to travel with their kids. In this case, my aunt and my cousins. If they want to travel with the whole family, um, whether they want to go work out all together, they want to go dinner, where they want to go for dinner. Right now, they're planning to rent a movie theater to watch a movie, so their grandsons can be, without disturbing other guests. So it's kind of like give you these ideas. I never thought about renting for example, a movie theater just to my family and I we can watch a movie, And it's not about how much it's going to cost. It just gives you the kind of the opportunity to enjoy something for yourself and your family, or you could build your own home theater, right? But but my point is that it gives you like having an extra income gives you the flexibility to do maybe things that you probably didn't think about it. And as being in this business for several years, I've been thinking that there's a lot of things that people stop doing because either don't have the money or because we either don't have the time. And most likely it's either because we don't have the time. There's been times where I call my friends, hey, let's go work out. Oh, I can't. I have to go to work. Or let's play racquetball because I love to play racquetball. They say, no, I can't. Let's do, and another time. And I have to look at my schedule. And I'm always the one who have more flexibility. So moving forward, we are associated with this great corporation, which is as long as it's help people live better lives with exclusive wellness products. I can spend a lot of time talking about the products, but I'm briefly going to talk about the products that I really love, which is the products that I increase my health. You know, Something that I encourage you to do is that knowing that we don't have all the nutrients and vitamins and minerals that all the food providers on every single meal to ourselves, because we know because we lack of sleep or energy. Those are the most common symptoms of people not having the right nutrition. So if you're not sure what to take, I encourage you to talk to the people that invite you to this presentation to send you a link for our um, supplement recommender. Okay, this is a great way to see what are the nutrients that you need on your personal life based on your own answers. This will take you like 10, 15 minutes to answer all these questions, and the recommender will suggest what you need to take. Something that I love about this time that we live in is that we can do a research on everything. What is the complex B going to do to my body? What's magnesium's going to help me? Something I have learned is that I thought collagen was only for women. And my mentor says, take collagen and look at this video. And I said, why would I take collagen if it's for your skin? I think it's for women. Well, I'm going to tell you something. I learned that it's also helping your muscle. It's helping your structure. It's helping your core to make strong bones, right? And that's something that I was like, I never thought about. You know what I mean? But I'm always looking to, be able to learn new things, and this business gives me that opportunity. Among that, we have products that it fits every single person life's need, because um, we have products from like self skin colors, house cleaning products, and I can go on because there's a lot of like this corporation says help people live better. There's so many things in the products out there that they create disease, they create conditions, and um, and if you don't believe me, just go and Google how cleaning products affect our health, and you'll find out. And then you would why not to access to some products that are gonna help you live better lives, and also products that are guaranteed for 180 days. You know, Products that you can use. For example, this energy drink, which has like 48. 1,100% of vitamin D. That's where you get the energy from. It helps you to increase your energy. And if I sell a case which comes with 12 cans, and the person I actually have a customer, as a matter of fact, I looked through her social media, and she was posting something like, I paid $8 for this and didn't work. And I send her right away a message. Hey, how are you? Let me ask you something. You pay $8 for this energy drink, I believe it is. What are you looking for? Well, it didn't give me the energy or the focus that I needed. That actually the energy was advertised. And I said, well, if you allow me, I have something that I can share to you. And I did share some information to her. She said, I want it right away. So I only have one flavor available, which is orange, burnt orange, which is my favorite. But she didn't like the flavor. She said, I hated it. But I gave her and that was her experience. So I gave her the 12 case. Plus, I gave her two of the new flavor, which is fantastic, which is watermelon and lemon for the 20-year anniversary. And she said, I don't like this one, but I do like the other one. And I love it. So I want to switch. And I did tell her, like, yeah, we can switch. So I bring her the case of the water lemon flavor, and she returned the other one without two cans. And she said, I need to pay for it. Like, no. And I, called the company, said my client didn't like it. No problem. We replace it because that's the guarantee that they offer, 180 days satisfaction guarantee. You go out there to any place and they don't give you this guarantee. Trust me. And so that's a great opportunity. Like, there's no risk. You probably want to, if you're not interested on develop this type of business, you're probably interested in becoming a customer, which is also have great benefits. Talk to the person that, invited you, so you can probably try some of the products and you're going to fall in love with that. I promise you. So the idea is you're going to run your own business on your own terms. you know Choose your specialty. I don't know if you're into fitness, I don't know if you're into skincare, I don't know if you're into cosmetics, I don't know if you're into, like, house cleaning products, helping people to have a better house environment. And set your schedule. When you want to work. Back when we started this business, I remember getting back from work like around 5 o'clock, right? Sometimes, and I was putting just a couple hours. A couple hours. As today, we can put as many hours we want because we have the flexibility and incredible blessing that we can take advantage of the technology that we have available now, especially with social media. Something that I do is as a workout, I post, made a post, use my all social media platforms to not to advertise the product itself, but how to use it on my lifestyle. And it's amazing how many people contact me every day of interested on I'm working. How do you do like 10 o'clock in the morning and you working out? And also, with now that things are open up, uh, presently, I go to the gym and, I drink my protein in front of people and they see that and they're like, oh, where do you get that? And I'm say, well, I'm willing to give you an example if you want to try it. And it gives you the opportunity to connect with other people and build a community, which is the idea of this concept. You want to build a community based on what people interest. You get to choose the people you want to be part with. You know what I mean? You don't necessarily have to invite everyone because not everyone is interested. That's the reality. Not everybody likes coffee these days. Some people like tea, right? So just a little bit of information because in reality you're going to need to contact the person who invited you to give you more information, more details information about you know how you're going to create a build a community. So you know this is something that's really amazing because with here, we build a team, we recruit customers, and we develop relationships. There's customers that buy their own because they buy from my own virtual website. So people, once you decided to open your business, you have a website. People order from your website. They get delivered to their house. You know, it's the beauty of this business because you don't have to, charge for the product, deliver for the product. You don't have to even have the product in stack. You know, they deal directly with the company, and it's amazing how fast and how efficient the company does their job. Because I mean, some people say, oh, you work for this company. I said, no, in reality this company works for me because they do everything for me, basically. you know and so once you develop the relationship, you create these customers that, based on their experience and the experience you provide and the company provides all together, they decided to continue buying for you. So there are products that they use. In reality, there's all these products that we use on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, and they also have to be replaceable. So that means you have a substantial income, because once you develop a good relationship with your customers and a satisfaction, they're always going to be there for you. And actually, the company has created a program who actually makes them loyal to you, right? So this is a little bit of what how it works. So the business model is basically, you associate with this company, great company. It's been in the market for over 80 years. It's called Amway. I mean, you probably heard about it. You probably haven't heard about it. Um, but it's like, out there, there's like good opinions and bad opinions, like everything else. You know, it's like people watching a movie. Like lately, people are been watching this amazing movie, in my opinion, Avatar. And there's people, I'm not gonna be sitting on the theater for 3 hours. And I thought the same thing. I was like, I don't want to be sitting for the 3 hours, but why not? It gives me the opportunity to watch it. And I was curious because I watched the first one, and there's people that have their opinion about the movie, right? Like, I don't like it or I love it, which is my case. I love the movie. But you know what's gonna happen if you tell people? They're gonna, you know, go find them for themselves. So it's not about the movie, it's about your experience, right? So same here. It's not about the company, it's about your experience. So one of the greatest things about this company, or the community that we have in our building team, is that we have mentorship that, I get paid to tell people at restaurants concepts that I assume they probably already know, been in the business for so many years, but sometimes they don't know, so they need somebody else's advice. And here we have many successful people that always give us our advice, and we have access to them through, like, podcasts, like I said earlier, personal meetings, maybe virtual meetings, because we do a lot of virtual meetings, and I'm going to talk about one that is very important coming up. So this is the independence equation revised. So we have decided what is our desire, what do you need to, what motivates us to do something different, something extra, right? We have the opportunity, which also, in my opinion, you have nothing to lose, because there's is lower risk, but in reality, there's no risk at all. When you open a restaurant, there's a lot of risk involved into it, right? Here, you don't have no risk. You know the scheme of the game, which is just creating customers, creating relationships, creating experience with different products that we have access to it. You know, like, one of my favorite things is the energy drink. I love the taste. I love the results. And most people these days, they're lack of energy. So they're always looking for a source of energy. So I told them, if I can recommend you something that is going to be on the healthy side and not, going to be dependent, you're not going to create an addiction. For example, because I studied this, and products out there that they sell in stores are energy drinks, like, you guys know, I'm not going to mention the brands, but you probably guys know, they have a high level of sugar. That's how you get the energy from. And then you even feel worse when the effect goes away, which is called the sugar crush, because once the sugar effect goes away, you start feeling worse. So there was no energy. With this, you increase your energy and maintain the energy, and then it gradually goes down. But I never felt that I have the energy and then goes down. I always keep myself, I don't know, motivated. So, and that's something that I always recommend with people. See them drinking something like out there, I'm like, hey, you mind if I ask you why you're drinking those? And they told me, oh, because I need energy. If I can provide you with something that is actually better than that, because it's not gonna, you know, having those drinks with high level of sugar, you guys know, is gonna create a condition, an addiction and a condition. So you don't want that. So I always try to, look out there and for things that I can help people to, make a better choice. Um, so what is, like we all, I believe, like I said earlier, we all believe like have the desire to have our own business, right? Or business of our own. So I know in the nature of the human being, we always have a desire for more. And it's not about having more money, it's about having enough income that can give you the opportunity, the flexibility, and the freedom to do the things that we really want, and the time that we want to spend with. You know, these days, a lot of people have to work to make a living, and we know that you know there's everything has become more expensive. You know, and so that means a lot of people are, they have the need to look for something else because things are getting more expensive. We need to prepare ourselves for that. So um, again, we have the opportunity to create an income. In the calendar in 2001, the average income from Amway and USA registered IBOs, founder planners level and above, was about $766, right? I don't know if it'll make a difference these days to make, $766 or even $1,000, even 2,000, 3,000, $5,000. The reality is the opportunity is out there. It's up to you how much money you want to make. Um, but again, it's not about how much money you make. It's about how you manage your time and the opportunity that making more money will give you, in my experience and in my opinion. So what's the scheme in the game? There's no risk, but you have to, like every other business, you have to invest something. But here is only like $76, depending on where you live in, and a registration fee that renews every year. It's like having like a membership to those main stores. Like here we have Costco and Sam's, and you don't get anything in return. You know what I mean? You just get the access to buy the products from them. But here you don't have like you have zero purchase requirements, no minimum sales, but like with something that you have to do, it's 100% guaranteed. So this is the end of the bottom line. The independence equal device is control. You decide your product, your schedule, your team. One of the people that I, have I've been proud of, known personally, and I know their success. It's Gabby, which is, she's my cousin, and seeing her story in life, being an entrepreneur, being a full-time mom with two babies, amazing babies, Ezekiel and Abraham, 2-year-old and 5-year-old. And, it's amazing. Something that I have learned, and this is something I want to share with you guys, because I see how time is very important versus than money. If we have both, it's amazing. But, Ezekiel is a very energetic guy. It's always looking, and as a kid, he's always looking and amazing me, how observes everything. And one day I was looking at him, and Gabby says, my mom actually and my aunt, they were talking, and he said, "Can you guys watch Ezekiel?" And they say yes. So Ezekiel somehow jumps behind the sofa, and he goes on top of the sofa from behind, and I'm like, "How do you get that?" So I look at there was a cooler behind the sofa, but the story is that Ezekiel, if he went down and up 20 times, right? Um, it was maybe more than that. But I was watching him, because he was amazed that he was able to climb to the cooler that was left behind the sofa, and then go over the sofa and come back and so forth. And I was looking at like any other parent would be like, "Hey, get down and do something else," right? But then I'll say, "Okay, I'm gonna let him play." We have the time, and something that it makes me think is like, as parents, sometimes they don't have that time to let their kids to explore for themselves, to learn that they achieve everything. And there's something that I feel that Carlos and Gabby are, teaching these kids to be able to conquer whatever they want. And it's something that I think it's amazing, because anything in life is possible. The problem is that, and it's not a problem, but it's something that I think, and I'm not blaming my parents, but my parents always taught me, go to school, get a great grades, and find a great job. It always told me that. They never told me, go to school, get great grades, and start your own business. Why? Because it's about the mentality, right? And that's something that you have access. Here, you're going to have access to change that mentality from working for somebody else to be your own business, to become an entrepreneur. And that's something that I'm very grateful for, because if I was still having the same mentality to work for somebody else, and I thought it was always going to be the same way, I would never be able to see this opportunity. So I hope, at the end of this presentation, you see the opportunity that you have in your hands, right? That you don't matter, it doesn't matter where you at right now, that what matters is who you want to be in the future. And in my opinion, you have a great opportunity to pair along what you're already doing to, help other people to achieve their goals. Like, people invited you, they're gonna help you to achieve their goals. Once you tell them what you want, I'm pretty sure they're gonna set a plan of action, like happens with my mentors, like Ken and my diamond Anarita. You know, where I want to go, how much money I want to make. But more than how much money I want to make, is how do I want to spend my time. You know what I mean? So that's something that I learned from Gabby. Gabby is a full time mom. Um, she's always taking care of the kids. Now she's thinking about homeschooling, which I think is amazing. And Artemio is another great example. He's a great leader. He's a great human being. He got the opportunity and the flexibility that he used to live in New York, and he got tired of the snow, shoveling snow, the cold weather, and he decided to move to Orlando, with his whole family, because this business is flexible. You don't have to be in New York to run his business. Now he's in Florida, nice warm weather, and he's still running his successful business. So that's what this opportunity um, gives you the flexibility to be anywhere you want to be and start running your business. And even if you get sick, like I don't like to talk anything negative, but about October, I have a very, very, very what's it called, severe, if you want to call it, car accident. Thankfully, I was able to walk away. Everybody else was rushed to the hospital, unfortunately. Um, Something that I learned from taking care of myself physically, I was able to survive the impact. No broken bones, nothing. I give the grace and the glory to God, first of all. But also, people, experts, doctors told me I never seen anybody walking without any scratch or broken bones away from this type of accident. And but I'm so grateful that, because I, in my opinion, and I believe, I was preparing myself for something like this, physically, mentally, emotionally, and that's something that this business has given me. You know what I mean? Anything out there, it doesn't give me, it wouldn't give me this, in my experience. So I hope you don't take this opportunity for granted. Experience it for yourself. Get access to your products, talk to the people that invited you to this meeting, um, ask them questions until you can really make a decision. And if you're ready to live your life on your own terms, you are welcome. We need you. You are part of this team. I hope you can, um, take the decision to join us and really, enjoy this great journey, and be part of the team, because you'll be invited to this meeting because there's a reason behind it. You're not here for an accident. So, with all the pleasure, thank you, Ken. Um, I mean, it was amazing to be able to talk to you guys and share a little bit of my experience.
Awesome. Oliver, thank you so much for joining us this evening, sharing with the whole team, sharing some of your experiences, and sharing some stories about some of the products, some of your reasons why. And I think if anyone was like me, um, they were relating because what you what you so well illustrated was people that get involved in a business like this are people who are looking to do life a little bit different,
Hmm.
um, a little bit differently. They are not just looking for the status quo. They're not looking for the idea of just getting up in the morning, going to work, coming home, going to bed, getting up in the morning, going to
Right.
work, coming home, going to bed. They want more out of life. And that's why we talk about living life on your own terms, and for everybody it's a little bit different. Certainly, the products, like you talked about, um,
Mhm.
are second to none. They have an amazing money back guarantee. We have them health and wellness products in every category you can imagine. So there's a little bit of something for everyone. And that's important if you're considering something to do as a business. And
Mhm.
that's what attracted you. That's what attracted Jennifer and I, and so many of the other people on here. So um, the foundation is here, and some of the tools that are available, more things that the corporation and the iCommerce team are working on, this community to help assist people as they build their business so that they can live their life the way they want to and still
Mhm.
make money and be proud of what they do. So if you're a guest tonight, like Oliver said, get back with the person that invited you. We'd encourage you. Obviously, he and I would encourage you, get started now. Don't wait.
Mhm.
But you may have some more questions. I'd say get those questions answered. Try out some of the products, and move forward. For the cost of a nice evening out with your partner, your spouse, a good friend, and you can be in business for yourself. And
Mhm.
that is just the tip of the iceberg, because there is something here that is very special, and it's evidenced by the quality of people we have here on our team and this whole organization, like Oliver and like so many of the people that are on here tonight. So everyone, thanks for joining us. Have an amazing weekend. Oliver, thanks again. Great presentation.
My pleasure always.
And
Thank you, Ken.
we will connect with all of you next Thursday night. We have Alberto Aguilera, who is going to be our presenter. That'll be a lot of fun. Like Oliver, he has a passion for this and loves what he does. So have a great night, everyone. Have a
Awesome,
great,
Ken. Thank you. Great night.
yep, you too. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.